Oi! Get your fingers out of my soup. Hi, there's Cattys today. We're now in the kitchen. And I'm going to show you my sunshine when I do
folks, how's it going? Cattys in the kitchen. Right, so for this one then, some of you folks have been asking for me to show you how to make this honey butter. Now, I've literally come across it by, as I say, watching that guy on Bushcraft Boys or whatever it is, geezer out in Alaska. And I'll give it a go. I love a bit of honey, love butter on my toast and all that. Give it a crack and it's wonderful. I absolutely love it. So with that in mind, what we're going to do is we're going to make some. Stay tuned. So I was due to go out today, and Mrs. C, we're having our bathroom done at the moment, and so Mrs. C was like up there doing some stuff on her own. I thought I couldn't go out, so I'd originally made some bannock bread, but I stuck this in the air fryer because there's no way I'm going to waste it. So what I'm going to do is, obviously, once I've made the honey butter, we're going to have some of this with the bannock bread. Right, now folks, this ain't my recipe or nothing like that. It literally is, I just, picked some random thing, had a look, and then sort of like just had a go of it. So literally all you need for this is a mixing bowl, alright, a spoon and a fork, okay. That's the honey butter that's left. You want a tub or a jar of salts, kiln a jar or whatever to put the stuff in once you've mixed it. Okay, obviously some honey, some salt. You can use salted butter, but I'm not even sure what this one is. It doesn't really matter. This is just anchor butter. I love a bit of anchor butter. And then that is it. Oh, no, I lie. And I've also got some cinnamon to put in it as well. Alright, so simple. That's the simple ingredients. Honey, salt, butter, and some cinnamon. Alright. Also, it wouldn't hurt to have another little knife and a chopping board, because what I'm going to do now is cut the butter up into chunks and then put it in the bowl and allow. Now I'm just helping the butter along slightly. I've just put it on top of the stove. It's not hot. It's just I want to obviously get it to a room temperature for it to melt slightly. Allow it just to melt at room temperature. You haven't got to heat it up or anything like that. You just got to be a little bit patient about it. And put the butter, as I say, cut it up, put it in chunks into the bowl, and then allow it to heat up as such at room temperature. So I'm just going to cut it into chunks like so. Look at this, look. Plug that in there, and then we're just going to leave it for a little while, let it do its thing and warm up a bit. So I'll put this on the stove just to help it along a bit. So I'm mixing it all together, obviously pressing it all together with the fork, as you can see. Now with the ingredients, you can basically add what you like. Now, it's just a matter of taste, I suppose. So with that in mind, I'm going to put a nice splodging of honey. Looks good. You can almost eat it like that, couldn't you? I'm going to put a bit of sea salt in now. A few squirts of sea salt. And then the final thing I'm going to add is some cinnamon powder. Again, with that you can add what you like. I'm not going to go too mad. I'm just going to sort of give it a light sort of dusting, if you like. And then what we're going to do is we're going to mix all them ingredients up together. Now the best thing about it is, depending on how the consistency you want it, how much you want it to taste. Obviously the best bit is obviously dipping your finger in it and having a taste. Just give it a little go then, eh? Now when I made my first batch of the honey butter, I basically used a kiln jar, and then what I had left I put in a plastic tub. Now I left it for my wife, and I left it for Mrs. C and my son to have a go of, and they loved it. They were spreading it and having it on toast, and obviously you see me having it on pancakes and everything else. And I've still got some left. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take a little bit out of there, and obviously what's left in the jar. What's left in that bowl I'm going to put in here. Now if you're going to use kilner jars and things like that, obviously you need to try and sterilise them. By how I literally did it was just by heating them up in water, okay, and then putting them on tissue, and then while the jars were still warm, I scooped the mixture into the jar, put the lid on, and allowed it to cool. And then when it was fully cool, then I just stuck it in the fridge. Now, from what I've been reading, you know, when I was doing my own work, they say it lasts about a month. I can't see this stuff lasting a month in the fridge if it's there, folks. Honestly, it really is really good. But what I am going to do with it, because I've obviously got mixture left in that kilner jar now, I'm going to transfer what I've just made into this pot. I'm just going to use a spoon now just to scrape it off the fork. Actually, I might just use the spoon, that'd be better, wouldn't it? I mean, this is just a small block of butter. I know the first one I used filled the kilner jar, and then what was left I put in here, and as I say, it didn't last long. Just get the last bit out. You know what? I'm gonna have to spoon. Right, now the bannock bread. Obviously, there's a little bit of extra flour on there. And the only reason that's why that's there is because I normally, when I put it in a bag, one thing I can't stand is when I take it out of the bag when it sticks. So that's just a bit of excess flour. It's still a little bit warm. So we'll put a little bit of the fresh stuff on. And I'm going to give that to Mrs. C. I'm sure she'll like that. You don't want that, no?
No, Mum.
We've done the bannock bread in the air fryer. It's got a bit of a crust on it, a real nice crust. I'll give it a go, folks. Excuse me. If you've had a go of it already, then obviously leave a comment down below and all the rest of it. And there it was, Cattys in the kitchen. I hope you like that one. See you on the next one, folks. Don't forget to please subscribe, like and share and all that stuff. Laters.